Hey guys, how's it going? It's Python. Welcome back to another Haikyu Fly High video on the channel. Today we are going to talk a little bit more about Ushijima, and of course his banner is leaving in a couple of days. Kuro's going to come out next, so if you do want a similar video about Kuro, let me know. But today we're going to build a couple of teams for the future with Ushijima. We're going to talk about his longevity, because he actually is a phenomenal player still on JP. Obviously there's going to be reruns, so this video might be for people that have him, or if you are maybe thinking of getting him, as well as I will tell you my personal plan moving forward about what banners I'm gonna pull from to kind of get the best out of Ushijima, especially at the beginning. But later down the line, you don't even have to build around Ushijima. You can just throw him in a team and he's gonna do extremely well. So I actually came across a team builder that somebody had made on Reddit. So this post from this user, actually, so this guy made a team builder, so absolute legend. I will leave a link to the post in the comments. It will be pinned, and obviously you have the two links here that you can go to the team builder in English and in Portuguese. Obviously I don't speak Portuguese, so yeah, it works really well. You have all the units that are out on JP right now, and it also tells you the bonds. If I can, there we go. It kind of tells you the bonds in the bottom there as well. So I will actually try and make this a little bit bigger, because here we go. Okay, so this team builder is awesome, so you guys can go and check it out in the comments and maybe try and build your own teams. So today I want to go slowly over, kind of chronologically over the teams that I'm personally going to try and build with Ushijima, and teams that you can build, even the ones that I'm not going to. So let's start things off with a mostly Shiratizawa team. So obviously this is going to require you to have for Shiratizawa characters to come out. So Tendo is very important. Goshiki you can actually swap out for Ohira. I personally prefer Goshiki because he actually works really well with a couple of teams in the future. So if you can only have one of them, I would definitely go for Goshiki and try and save your resources for other characters. And then Shirabu as your setter. Again, if you, a lot of people are going to have Tanaka, I have Tanaka. A lot of people are going to have Tsukishima, I have Tsukishima. And a lot of people are going to have Nishinoya, because that's when they rerolled. I have Nishinoya as well. So this team would be really good for me as soon as these guys come out. Of course, for you, if you decide to pull on Kuro, you can definitely throw Kuro in there as the second you are coming into the game. So this is a team that you can build. This is for sure a team that I'm going to go for. However, I'm not going to go for Kuro. Kuro's going to be a skip for me on this account. I will try and get him on one of my backup accounts, because I really love Kuro. He's one of my favorite characters. But it's not about him. If you want a video about him, I probably will do one in the future. About some future teams with him as the center. But of course here Ushijima is the center of attention. He gets the Shiratizawa boost. Of course he has the boost with Tendo. And this is a very good team to start off with. Then next up, Bokuto is gonna come out, hopefully with Akashi. So Kuro, maybe you have Kuro, maybe you don't have Kuro. I personally, as I said, I'm not gonna go for Kuro, so you can easily replace him in this team with Tsukishima. I'm just gonna leave him there just for the sake of it. But I am personally also not gonna be summoning for Bokuto. I know it's essentially I'm gonna be skipping a lot, because I want to build a very good team in the in kind of like the future. So far for me it's been both skips for the URs on my main account. So this is a team that you can make if you decide to not skip for them. Of course, you also want, let me just, as I said, you can skip Tsukishima with Kuro. Of course, you want Yamagata here, right? So this is going to be the first change. It's going to be from Nishinoya to Yamagata, because you want to get the Shiratizawa 4-man boost. And of course, for Bokuto, you need Akashi as well to help him out. However, the reason why I'm not going to go for this team is, first of all, both Akashi and Bokuto have better units coming out. I know it's a long way away, but they're just a lot better, right? And they are characters that spoilers, I'm gonna go for in this video. We're gonna talk about more, but if you don't have the patience, or if you just don't really care, or if you're just spending, sure, this is a team that you can use for sure, while still keeping the Shiratizawa spine with Yamagata coming in. Another team, which is the team that I'm personally gonna go for, again, no Kuro, I'm gonna swap him with Tsukishima, but it's essentially the same team as the Bokuto team. Let me keep Tsukishima in there. It's essentially the same team as the Bokuto team, but instead of Akashi and Bokuto, you're gonna go for Oikawa and Iwaizumi. And again, I do have Iwaizumi, so this is gonna be really easy and straightforward for me. I'm not gonna go for Kuro. Again, if you have Kuro, you can go for Kuro, or if you decide to go for Kuro, you can go for Kuro and have this team whenever Oikawa comes out. So he should be the next character to come out after Bokuto. There might be some rerolls, some reruns in there. So that would be a good chance for you to save. This would be for me to save. So for me, I'm going to leave it pretty late game. And the reason why I'm going to leave it pretty late game is for the next team being this one. So I definitely want to save for Hashumi and Hirogami for sure. They are really, really good. And again, we have the Shiratizawa team with Ushijima, Goshiki, Tendo, and Yamagata. Of course, Oikawa gets a bond with Ushijima, which I don't think is in here in the synergies. But you know, it is what it is, but they actually do get a bond, and Oikawa is one of the best power setters in the game, so for sure he's a go. He's one that I'm definitely gonna go for. Hojigumi and Hirogami for sure as well. These two I definitely want, because you can just put them in any team, right? And as of now, you can see I only have one team really. Of course, I will have some of the Karasuno guys. I can kind of, you know, play this team and maybe swap up one of these guys for one of the other Karasuno players to kind of get the Karasuno boost if I need to. But as of now, as I said, this would be my first team that I would go for to build, and this would be my second team that I would try moving into this one with Hashumi and Hirogami. Again, it's the same team, right? It's technically still the first team. It's just improved throughout time. Obviously, you want to have other teams as the game progresses, and this is where it gets interesting for me, because the of course the twins are going to be a skip, because obviously Osamu is an opposite hitter, so obviously as far as Ushijima is concerned, he doesn't have anything to do with Inarizaki. So if you're gonna build an Inarizaki team, keep in mind that you're not gonna use Ushijima in there, and if you do, you're gonna there's really no point. So Inarizaki is gonna be a skip. Other than that, you can essentially throw Ushijima in other teams as well. For example, excuse me, this is a Nekoma team, so this team could be available as soon as Kuro comes out, and you could just throw Ushijima in there, and this would be a very good team that you can use with the Nekoma boost. Again, you don't really need to have the Shiratizawa boost, and this is where we're gonna go moving forward. So next up, the main characters that I kind of want to save up for are going to be Akashi and Bokuto, SP, Akashi and Bokuto, and hopefully Aone as well. So this is essentially the same team, but swap these three for them three. Right now, if in the meantime, there's going to be a couple of characters that are going to come out that I kind of want to have as well. So this team is going to be my second team technically, but it could be my third team if I can save enough and try and go for a Karasuno team. So this team with Kageyama and Hinata. This is a team that I would really love to build. The thing is, if I have enough resources saved up by this point, but again, this is going to be a fun team to use because it's a Karasuno team, right? So you have a different setter, a different bond, a different school bond, and obviously you're still making use of Hashumi and Hirogami, which is fantastic. So hopefully this would be two teams that I can have in the meantime while trying to go for them three. And then if I have them three, I can go for something like this. If I do not have enough to get all three of them, then I will leave Aone out. Now obviously their bond, the bond for them three is really good, so it would be a shame if I don't have Aone. But if I don't have Aone, that's completely fine, because I could go for something like this, right? And again, the same as this with the three of them. Instead of Shiratizawa, again, we could go for Fukurodani, right? We could go for Fukurodani. This is definitely going to be the other two SSR characters that I'm gonna go for, because I definitely want to build a Fukurodani based team to get the best out of the SP Bokuto. So these guys might actually be available whenever whenever the UR Bokuto comes out. So these characters I probably will try and grab as soon as Bokuto comes out. So them two, Tatsuo and Haruki, I definitely will go for them as soon as possible, because I definitely want to go for a Fukurodani team. And this is just a ridiculously good team you can build. Or if you do not get Aone, again, you can just throw in Hoshiumi and Hirogami. I mean, to be fair here, instead of Goshiki, you can just throw in Hoshiumi, like he's just good even by himself, obviously. But you could go for something like this instead of Aone, right? So instead of Aone, you could just swap him out for Hirogami. So that would be maybe in order to build this team as well. It would mean to give up Aone. I'm willing to do that. So essentially, by the end of this, if we catch up to JP somewhat, these are the teams that I want to go for. So first of all, the first team that I want to build is this team with the Shiratizawa bond. So Kuro and Bokuto are going to be skips for me. So this team is not going to be a team that I'm going to build. I'm instead going to go for this one with Oikawa. So as soon as Oikawa comes, he's going to be the second UR that I'm going to grab. He has the bond with Iwaizumi, and with Ushijima, he works really well in the Shiratizawa team. The other URs are going to be Hoshiumi and Hirogami for sure. They're definitely going to be the two that I really, really want. They're really, really good. And then probably I will see about my gem situation whenever Kageyama and Hinata come out, right? Because Hinata is the first SP that comes out, I believe. And Kageyama is the last UR before SPs are introduced. So I will see how my situation is. To try and have this. Of course, I can just throw Tsukishima in there. I'd much rather not do that. I'd much rather want to go with Hinata, but if that's not the case, I can just skip that and go for the three of them, Akashi, Bokuto, and Aone, and get the Fukurodani team. Of course, the SSR characters are going to be the ones that I'm going to go for are going to be Haruki, Tatsuo from Fukurodani for sure, Yamagata, Tendo, Goshiki, as well as Shirabu. So this is going to be my plan moving forward, teams that I'm going to build. But of course, you can build other teams as the game goes. For example, you could go for them two and have Sakasa and Komori. If you want them in a Shiratizawa team. Of course, that means that you're gonna have to drop your setter and play Shirabu instead of your UR, Oikawa or Akashi to get the school bond. So that's it. And obviously you can just play a just remove the school bond completely, and if I do get Aone, you could go for something like this. Just disregard the school bond and just go for just good players. I don't know how good that is to disregard the school bond. I feel like it wouldn't be bad, but yeah, it would be interesting. Again, a long way to go, and this is just gonna be on my main account. I'm gonna try and again, Ushijima, as I said, he can fit into a lot of teams, right? Because there's no other good opposite hitter options as of now. Obviously there might be SP Daichi added to the future or something like this, I don't know. But yeah, as of now, one last time I did it a lot, but this is the first team that I'm gonna try and go for, and then this is the second team, and then once Hoshiumi and Hirogami come out, I will add them in there. And then in the meantime, before these three come out, hopefully I have saved them up enough to try and get Kageyama and Hinata. If not, that's completely fine. This will be skipped, and I will go for something like this with having the Fukurodani guys as well. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Hopefully this helped you. And again, if you want to check out the team builder, I will leave a link to the Reddit post down below, so you can go and check it out for yourself. Hopefully this helped you, looking at a couple of teams that you can build, as well as kind of my plan for the characters that I'm gonna go for and the ones that I'm gonna skip to try and again, maybe I have overestimated or underestimated the amount of gems we're gonna get, so my plan might change. You know, or maybe there's gonna be like an SP version of a character that comes out on JP that's gonna kind of like make me wonder. So you never know, but as of now, this is the route that I want to go down. Hopefully this helped you. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.